Yeah, if it was a rebel flag, I'd think about it. If it was a fetus, I'd think about it. But when you put them together, like... So Ashley, what tattoos would you not do or you have refused to do?
So I've not refused to do a tattoo yet. They have cash. It's cool. I'll take them. I don't know. I don't think I'd do a swastika. That's probably something I'm just not okay
It's a good
with.
call.
Yeah,
good call.
I mean, yeah. I haven't done any face tattoos yet. So that would
tattoos.
definitely be a sit-down conversation with a client to really make sure that they wanted like their face actually tattooed. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but it's permanent. So, yeah, that's not scrubbing off. I don't want no moms raising hell in here that I tattooed their baby's face. So
I think, I'll say this, as far as refusing, one of my biggest pet peeves are kids that are underage coming in with their parents and their parents telling me that their kid's responsible and that they sat down with their kid and told them, hey, this is what you're going to get. So they're responsible enough to have their parent pick their tattoo, but they're not responsible enough to pick their own tattoo. Those are the ones I really like refusing. I don't think minors should be getting tattooed. And
that's a good one. I mean,
yeah.
I got tattooed at 18 and
I mean, that's 18.
I liked it when I was 18, but now it looks like shit. So.
Yeah. But I mean, 16, 17, 15. I've had people call in for 14. Like, no, you're not going to get tattooed.
No, there's a phase. Go get your belly button pierced. You can take that shit out later. Tattoos don't, come out. Have you refused a tattoo?
Yeah, I refused one tattoo. A lady wanted her unborn fetus wrapped in a rebel flag tattooed on her to remember the child. That was brought to me by an artist. They didn't want to do it, so they were like, "Hey, will you do it?"
So it was hers. It was like a miscarriage tattoo.
Yes.
It
was the full Monty. So yeah, I refused that one. Not too keen on rebel flags, and then
but the fetus was cool. Fetus was good. Line drawn, rebel flag. Fetus, I can do that.
I've done rebel flags. I'm not going to say I haven't done them. I've done a lot of tattoos that I think a lot of people would refuse. Dude, it's not.
The rebel flag was the issue, not the fetus.
No, like wrapping the dead fetus in the rebel flag was kind of like it was the mixture of the two.
The mixture of the two, yeah.
It was like
together. No.
Yeah, if it was a rebel flag, I'd think about it. If it was a fetus, I'd think about it. But when you put them together, like, to think that somebody thought, like, you know what,
Bob, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go down to tattoo shop and we're gonna get little Jimmy Bob. His little fetus wrapped in a blanket.
See, that's the problem. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me very uncomfortable.
They thought it was cool, though, apparently.
Dude, it made me uncomfortable. So I decided I wasn't going to go with it. The swastika stuff, I get a lot of people not wanting to do it. Anything with hate. I know a lot of artists out there, they won't do any type of hate tattoos. I don't know, dude. I do demons. I do the devil. I do the 666. I've done all those. I've also done Jesus, and I've done a lot of different tattoos. So for me, it's one of those things where it's like, what does it mean to you? Why are you getting it? Not that I don't know how anybody justifies a swastika, but there are people out there.
Straight lines and squares.
Right, right. But the swastika has a different meaning though. Like there's a lot of different meanings between that exact symbol. Like everybody knows it's a symbol of hate, but like it does have a good purpose.
Yeah. But everybody has their boundaries. That's the point.
Well, let's agree that we won't tattoo fetuses wrapped in rebel flags, correct?
Correct. Same page.
Yep. So
check.
We turned that one down and we're still on the same page. We're not doing that no more. Or ever. We never did it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I don't even think I'd have done a stencil on that one. I'm just saying.
Okay, Ashley, what's the craziest experience you've had working in the shop?
Every day's crazy because everybody in here is crazy. There's always a different story going on or somebody to tease something about. But probably the sheer fact that I've had like 4 people pass out on me. How long have you been tattooing? Like 10 years?
Something like that.
Right? How many people passed on you in 10 years?
3.
A year and a half of 4 of them hit the ground almost. Well, some of them like slunch over in their chair and it's okay and then they wake up. The one, she's in a massage chair. And it always starts with, hey, can we take a break for a second? And I instantly put down my machine. Just get ready, right? Just in case. And I'm like, did you eat anything today? She's like, yeah, I don't know what. And then she's like down. So I grab her arm because she's got glasses. And she's falling from she's not sitting low like I am. So I know she's going to fall. So I grab her arm and as she's falling, I like twist her around so she goes down. And then I like turn her face so her glasses aren't on the ground. I didn't want her to like break her nose on the ground and have to fucking clean up blood. And then she comes to and she's like, oh my God, like bad out of hell. And then she looks down at her arm. She's like, did you tattoo me? Because she had orange pigment all over her arm because where my hand, I had gloves on.
Right.
And I was like, no. I was like, I didn't do that. I was like, that'd be funny. But I didn't do that. I was just, I saved your face. So let's be happy. And then the other one, the kid's like, yeah, I don't feel... First of all, he comes in.
Is that the puker?
Yes.
Okay,
he comes in talking shit. He brings like, okay, first of all, if you come in to get tattooed, do not bring an entourage with you. We cannot fit you, your fucking 7 kids, and your 4 friends in the shop to watch you get a 10-minute tattoo. Please don't do it.
Don't bring your kids, period.
Just don't bring your kids. Or your 400 relatives and 5 cousins. So, dude brings his entourage, talking all this shit about he's gonna get this tattoo and fucking awesome, blah, blah. And it's just script up his arm. That's all it is, right? So I sit down. Obviously, when you tattoo, you start at the bottom of your stencil and you work your way up. I got like 1 word done, and he's like, oh man. And his buddies are like, what's wrong, man? Like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't feel good. And I was like, you're gonna be all right. And he's like, all right, we're good. It's cool. Like, he like stitches his shit up. Like, I got this. Come on, man. And I start again, and he's like, oh, I don't feel good. I don't know. And he's like, and he's like out in his chair. And I was like, dude, I was like, Cole's like working on somebody behind him, and he turns around, and he's like looking, and he's like, he's fucking out. I'm like, I know. So then he comes to, and he's like, oh man, my stomach hurts. Instantly, like all 3 trash cans are around him. Then he sits there, proceeds to puke everything he's had all goddamn day into the trash can. And I was like, dude, we gotta finish this tattoo. Like, you need to get your shit together. Like, come on, man. Motherfucker didn't clean up his shit and did not tip me. So, new rule, if you vomit while you are in my chair, we are stopping. You are cleaning your own shit up, or you're paying me $20 to do it, because that's not my job.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But the fact that he came in talking all that shit, and his buddy was like, oh, damn, dude, I puked. Yeah, have you ever had anybody puke?
I've never had a puker. I'm pretty sure I had somebody poop their pants.
Shut up! Are you kidding me?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I had somebody poop their pants. They didn't want to talk about it, but...
Oh, is that the dude that got up and was like, I go to the bathroom, man?
No. This was a girl, and she wasn't an ugly girl. She was fairly attractive. And
does it matter if she's ugly? They don't shit.
Well, yeah, but it's funnier when they're like I mean, if you're ugly and you poop your pants, it's like expected.
Oh, shut up! No.
But if you're hot and you poop your pants, it's even funnier because we're sitting there and I can smell it. And like poop has a different smell than a fart, right? Would you not agree? Like, you've changed a diaper, you can kind of tell. Like, okay, that's definitely
one
shit.
Smells moist and one doesn't. Yeah.
That's a fart. So I smell it, and it's just me and her. Nobody else is around. Nobody else has came in, and I'm like, you shit your pants. You know?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't say it to her, but I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, this girl has had to have shit her pants because that is the only thing that'll explain the smell. And so we take a break, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go use the restroom. And I'm like, you know, I'm making sure it's not me. I'm like, I'm smelling myself. Like, dude, did I shit my pants?
How would you shat your pants and not know?
Exactly. But I gave her the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, she didn't recognize it. Like, oh, hey, I pooped my pants. Can I go change? She just kept letting me go. So I was like, okay. And then, like, we finished up. She doesn't really say a whole lot. She pays me. She loved the tattoo, and she was on about her way. So no pukers, possibly a poop.
She didn't walk out like holding her pants or anything.
No. And she left very abruptly. But it's one of those things, like, you don't ever want to draw attention to somebody's, like, misfortune. Like, dude, you did this.
No, you'd be the dude to be like, dude,
you know, I'm usually pretty cool about it. I've had people, like, fart on me, and, like, it's loud. You know, it was like if you farted right now, it'd be like, okay, that wasn't me, that was you.
Yeah.
You know? I would say that to you, but to a client, I'm like, oh, who did it? You know, like, I'm not going to pull your card on it. But what really frustrates me, and, like, what I think's even worse than that is, like, at least acknowledge that you did it. Just be like, hey, dude, we heard it. It was me. Excuse me. Like, have the common courtesy to apologize for your...
You're supposed to apologize when you fart. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I mean, I don't. But I make sure you know, like, hey, I farted. You smell that? Like, so that to me is kind of like an apology. But if you're getting tattooed, don't fart on your artist. And if you do, just be like, dude, man, my bad. And if you have an SBD, if you don't know what that means, silent but deadly, like, acknowledge that you did it. Like, that was me. Dude, it's coming.
My bad.
Yeah, like, give us some sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, as far as, like...
So there's also an etiquette lesson.
There's an etiquette. Yeah. But as far as passing out, I remember the first person that ever passed out on me. It was super crazy. I tattooed her a couple weeks prior. She sat perfect, and we were doing a tattoo on her forearm, which I think is a fairly simple place to get tattooed, and I'm tattooing her. and she crashes. I mean, she falls straight over. She crashes, and at the time,
your first one's the hardest because you don't know what to do.
Yeah. Like, so you start to panic a little bit, and I come from boxing and MMA, and we rub your chest.
Yeah.
She was bigger set girl.
So
and
you're
I'm
just like,
no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna like start rubbing her chest. You'd
be like, I'll do it with my foot, so it's not weird.
So it's not weird. Yeah. So no, I do all the things that you're supposed to do. I make sure they don't hit themselves and hurt themselves and things like that. They bring them to, get them some sugar and stuff. But it was one of those things. Like that's the first thing that popped in my head. It's like I'm not rubbing her sternum. You know what I mean? Like if you get knocked out, I would. But like you passed out, so there's definitely something different that I need to do here. But that's been about it. You are right though.
What's your craziest shop story though?
My craziest shop story.
Was it the chick who shit herself?
No. It's
that wasn't the craziest?
That's not the craziest. My craziest shop story would probably be some of the cover-ups I've had to do. Like when I see what people get in certain places.
What they've got.
And when I have to cover them up. And then having that awkward moment. I had a girl, two females. One, her boyfriend tattooed his initials on the inside of the butt crack. So to cover that, we had to go right next to the butthole. And
brown eye action.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Wait, this was on her?
This was on her.
He tattooed his
initials inside her butt crack.
Was she like awake for it?
She was. She agreed to it. And then the other one, again, another name, and this one was down in the pelvis region, and the
nether region.
Yeah, the nether region, and the name dropped a lot lower than most people get tattooed, and we had to tattoo the whole thing. And
are we talking lips?
And we're talking everything. We're talking the whole thing. So it's
dude, what design did you do?
I'm not even going to talk about that.
No, what design did you do?
Another day. But it got covered. But no, I will say this. So I go home that night, and I'm like, I couldn't be a gynecologist. If you stare at them too long, it's like saying a word too many times.
It sounds funny?
Yeah, it has no meaning. Like you don't even think you're saying the right thing. So like when you stare at a vagina for so long, you forget what they're supposed to look like. And
was it so bad that it didn't look like it was supposed to?
It wasn't that it was so bad, but dude, we're talking hours of staring at a vagina and tattooing it. So you know how it is when you tattoo places. You really don't pay attention to like that kind of stuff, you know.
No,
like,
I'm looking at my lines, making sure shit's straight.
You're watching your tattoo. You're basically decorating at that point.
Yeah.
And
you were not.
I get home and my wife is like, she knew what I was doing, and she goes, "Hey, what do you think about tonight?" I'm like, dude, I've stared at a vagina for 3 hours and it wasn't yours. I don't want to do nothing. I want to go to bed. I want to rethink what I do for a living. And then I want to come back to this. I was like, because if I don't do that, it's ruined. So it's like, I don't know. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Never mind. I know you. You could eat pizza every single day. But a lot of times when you have something that you love so much, when you have too much of it, it ruins it. And I had too much at that moment, and I didn't want any more. But that is my craziest experience.
Very nice.